Hi, Rick Tharp, Antibiotic Kinetics, to give you a quick run through of some of the changes in the latest version of Antibiotic Kinetics. So let's get started. Here, enter some fake patient information here. 65, short. Remember the right-click trick where you can right-click on your mouse to enter the, for example, in this case, you wanted to enter pounds instead of kilos. Do the same thing on height to enter inches. And the same thing on serum creatinine if you want to enter SI units. One thing new in this version is a BMI is calculated in the display, highlighted in red if it's out of range. Obviously, short fellow, large weight. This BMI is out of normal range. And IDMS creatinine. Let's talk about IDMS creatinine. The IDMS method is more accurate, but it also produces results that are significantly lower than we're used to seeing. Quite a bit lower. And you can't use those numbers in the traditional creatinine clearance equations without the risk of overestimating creatinine clearance, and that can get you in trouble with your PK model. But there is a way here to compensate for that. You would click here on the third option down in the creatinine clearance box, which brings up the other creatinine clearance methods, and here in the center is your creatinine clearance adjustments where you can adjust for IDMS creatinine. So when your lab switches over from the traditional to IDMS creatinine, they're going to do a comparison between the two, and with that data you can create a regression equation, and you can plug that in right here. Here's your variable and your constant. It's also probably a good idea to use a minimum serum creatinine with IDMS because you're going to be seeing numbers that are a lot lower than what you're used to seeing. So select those two, enter the numbers you want to use, and click Save. And from now on, whenever you select IDMS creatinine here, you're going to have it automatically adjusted. Okay, let's look at the prospective tab and see what's changed here. You now have a free text infusion time input. So in this case, big guy is going to get a big dose. We're going to give it slowly, so we're going to give it over 3 hours. Let's see what 2 grams every 24 gives us. It's a severe infection. We want to get it in the 18 to 20 range for sure, so we're going to go with 2 grams every 24 infused over 180 minutes. Let's see what that graph looks like. And here's our serum level graph. Shows our approach to steady state. And we've noticed a couple new buttons here. The top left was used to adjust the scale of the y-axis. And the bottom right, you can adjust the scale of the x-axis. And clicking the middle button will take you back to the default scale. First thing we notice, it's going to take a couple days for this patient to be considered therapeutic. So we might want to consider bumping it up a little with a little loading dose. That looks better. Let's save that, and let's take a look at the consult form that's going to be printed out. This is one I've already done. This line here is new. Calculates and displays the time to 90% and 95% of steady state. Which of course is going to help you decide when to draw your follow-up serum levels. Another thing new to this version is the monitoring form is now a Word template. So let's pull up the help file, press F1. Let's go over here and select the monitoring form, topic, and kind of explains here how it all works. So the monitoring form is a Microsoft Word document which you can edit to suit your needs. The program comes with a document which you can use as is, or you can edit, or you can use the monitoring form that you already have. The program is going to look for this file name, blank_pkmonitor.doc, and that document has to be in the same folder as your drug models. And the program is going to do an automatic search and replace on these fields in this column within this information here that you've entered. So see, if you have a field in your blank document called C_patient name, PT name, it's going to be replaced with the patient name that you've typed in. Here is what the monitoring form that comes with the program looks like. These fields here have been replaced with the information that you typed in. And that's your monitoring form. Like I say, if you have a monitoring form that you use at your hospital, save it as with this name, and you can plug, these fields are optional. You don't have to enter any of them. But by doing so, the program is going to do print you out a nice monitoring form specifically for that patient. Okay, let's look at some changes on the retrospective tab. The main thing here is with the single point Bayesian, it now allows you to enter a serum level that's outside of the dosing interval. Because, you know, drawing levels late is a problem. Happens quite often. So instead of drawing it at 22.5 when they should have, they didn't draw it for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You can still enter that data, and the Bayesian algorithm will still be able to analyze that, and you can come up with a different dose. In this case, because it was drawn late, the min was 12.1. It's going to be back extrapolated. Every 18. Maybe a little better. Okay, I believe those are the highlights of the changes in this version of Antibiotic Kinetics for Windows. I hope they are helpful. Thank you.